How's it going, everyone? My name is Josh. Today I'm going to be talking about why most agencies are losing clients after 90 days and how you can fix it forever. So before we can get into our, framework or our causes of churn, what we need to understand first is the reason that most agencies are dying. So there are two things that come to mind. Number one, acquisition or not getting enough clients, and number two, your retention, which is not keeping clients. Let's talk about number one first because if you don't have any clients, you can't even worry about your retention. There are 5 key reasons why people struggle with acquisition. And once I break them down, you're going to realize why acquisition should really never be a problem for your agency. Number one is going to be low lead flow. This basically just means you're not getting enough people into your, funnel. You're not getting any calls booked, anything like that. Number two is actually the poor booking and qualification. A lot of you guys may be getting people to say yes to a call, but when it comes time to the call, they're not actually showing up. You just don't have any sequences in place. They might be unqualified on the call, etc., etc. Number three is going to be weak closing framework. So maybe you are getting people on the call and you're just not able to close them. You might not be following a proper framework or presenting your offer in the right way, and you're just falling short here. There's always going to be somewhere in this 5-step funnel that you have a bottleneck, and there's the reason why your acquisition is not as nice as you want it to be. But say you're getting people on there and you're following a framework and they're still not closing. Number four brings us to our offer. You might just have a weak offer. If you have a weak offer that isn't specifically suited for your niche, you might not be enticing enough for these guys. And if they're shopping around, they're putting you against 5 other agencies. And if your offer isn't irresistible, completely irresistible, they're just not going to work with you. And last but not least is no authority. If you're doing all of these 4 steps properly in the right way, and you're still not closing clients, it might just be because of your authority. You might not be seen as the number one person in your space or even like an expert in your space. And who wants to work with someone who isn't an expert in their niche? So, how do we actually fix these problems, Josh? You just told me that acquisition should never be an issue. How do we fix that? Let's start with low lead flow. What we need to do, really simply, is get consistent leads. You need to either stick to one acquisition method when you're starting, whether that be DMs, cold calling, running ads, pumping out content, etc., etc. And eventually you want to put in a 4-part acquisition funnel. So that's going to be kind of taking everything, all the different acquisition methods, and making it into one giant ecosystem where you're constantly getting good lead flow and consistent leads. So if you're a beginner, start with one. If you're a little bit more advanced, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll teach you how to do the 4-part acquisition funnel. So next, if we're having poor booking and qualification, what we need to do is set really clear qualifiers and booking sequences. We need to make sure that all these people now that we're getting, say we have 100 people, we're actually filtering them out so that we're only getting on calls with people who are qualified. Why would I get on a call with someone who can't afford the service or that it wouldn't work for? You don't want to. It's just wasting your time. Next, you also need booking sequences. I put these two together because it's kind of in the same realm, but basically, they need to be getting follow-up text. They need to be getting sent pre-closing kind of frameworks and things like that so that they're able to understand what the service is, see why it's going to benefit them, and trust that you're going to be the person that's going to make it work for them, that they're going to trust. So we need to send them a lot of things before the call and make sure that they're going to show up. Once they show up, we need to have a really strong and repeatable closing framework. If you're a really good closer and you're able to close everyone on call, but eventually, you get so booked out that you're worrying too much about the media buying, you're going to want to outsource closing. And if you don't have a repeatable closing framework that you can hire anyone and plug and play, you're going to be struggling because of the volume and kind of the work that you're having to do now. So we want it to be repeatable. We need a strong offer tailored to your market. So we want this to be irresistible. You can kind of sit down and come up with this, but there are a few key things that you need. It needs to have a result, it needs to have a time, it needs to have a guarantee, kind of just things like that are going to make it sound so good that once these people have come through your ecosystem, they're qualified, they see all your booking sequences, you're on the call, you've walked them through the closing framework. Once you hit them with this strong offer, there is nothing that's going to stop them from closing, even if it's expensive. People buy off trust, people don't buy off of price. Next and final thing, you need content and testimonials in your niche. So many people do not niche down enough when they're starting and they have no authority. No one believes that they're going to be the expert. So now that you understand why acquisition shouldn't be an issue, and if you are having problems with acquisition, what you need to do to fix that, let's talk about the other thing, retention. So not keeping these clients. A lot of people's first thought is, well, if I'm not keeping clients, it's probably because I have bad results. I'm not getting them enough results, and that's why they're leaving me. AKA bad fulfillment. This is a lot of people's first thought when they lose a client. And the truth is, fulfillment is really straightforward. Fulfillment is a step-by-step process. There are, it's really hard to mess it up. So basically, you do step A. After you do step A, you do step B. Then you wait. You wait X amount of days. Then, if B is good, you do C. If B is bad, you do D. Right? Of course, these are just variables, and they, would be steps and tasks. But if ABC doesn't work, if you follow the framework for fulfillment, and you do this ABC steps, they don't work, I hate to break it to you, it's again because you have poor booking and qualification. And that brings us right back to here. Because if these steps don't work, it means that your client wasn't in a position where running ads would be profitable for them. And, not everyone has the, foundation to run the ads and have it be profitable. So, all right, Josh, well, if my fulfillment isn't the issue, and it's probably just, if I know that I'm doing the steps the right way and I'm doing the steps and it's still not working, it's just my qualification, what is the reason that my clients are leaving me? Why do I have such bad retention? What is happening in these 90 days if it isn't fulfillment? I'm going to break down what I call the churn spiral. So this is what our lifestyle curve of our clients is going to look like. Month number 1, once we just sign them, is going to be our honeymoon phase. They're super excited, they're really hopeful, and they're going to forgive a lot of your small mistakes. This is because they're focused on the possibility of things working. They're not too worried about getting results right away because they kind of understand it's going to take a minute, but you've sold them on the dream. So they're extremely excited to work with you still. The problem is they need a quick win to build trust in this phase, even if it's small. A lot of people make the biggest mistake of only focusing on setting them up in this first month, and they leave them waiting. They don't know what's going on. They don't know if things are working, and they kind of start to come into the problems that we see in month 2. Month 2 is doubt. Excitement is going to start to fade, and they're going to start measuring their return. And if you haven't shown them some quick wins, you are going to have a really big issue here. The expectations versus reality gap starts to show up. These expectations that you told them, the dream that you sold them, is now stacking up against the reality of them just losing money most of the time. And why is that? Ads are difficult sometimes. Sometimes it takes a little minute for things to work. You might test a batch of creatives and it doesn't work, and you need to test another batch and it doesn't work. And on the third batch, maybe it finally works. But in that time, if you're not updating them and explaining what's going on, all they're thinking is, this guy told me we would make so much money, and now I'm just losing money. What's going on? Now, if reporting is unclear, the doubt is going to grow. They're going to assume the results are worse than they actually are. Even if in your head you know, okay, we'll do this last test, it'll come out, it'll work, and we'll be fine. They're not thinking that. They're thinking we're going to test it again and it's not going to work and I'm going to keep losing more money. And a lot of people need to fall on their sword here, because sometimes, you do hit roadblocks and you do have little bumps with your clients, and a lot of people go silent. They don't say anything because they're almost embarrassed to sound unprofessional, like they don't know what they're doing. But if you explain your plan, they will trust you so much more. You don't need to wait until things improve in order to explain your plan. If you stay silent, you are going to lose this client. I guarantee you cannot leave them hanging while you're spending their money and running their ads and being a part of their business without communicating to them. They will leave. So if month 2 is not looking good, month 3 is where things really start to go bad. Month 3 is risk. This is the decision point. They're either going to stay or they're going to leave. If they don't see any return and they have no vision for the next 3 to 6 months, the client rationalizes cutting costs. This is just cause and effect here, guys. You didn't do A, you didn't do B, and now C is happening. They're going to see you less as a growth partner, and they're going to see you more as an expense. We do not ever want to be seen as an expense. The biggest mistake here is scrambling with discounts instead of having systems. If you have systems in place, these things won't happen. When you don't have systems, you think, how can I save this client? And like I told you before, people don't buy off of money, they buy off of trust in, like, their vision and everything like that. So by giving them a discount, you just position yourself as lower quality and like you really don't know what you're doing in that you need them so bad, instead of saying, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what month one is going to look like. This is month two, month three. By month four, X will happen. And if that's a realistic goal, you will keep them and they will pay you. Agencies that haven't painted a long term vision, like I said, here's how we'll scale over the next 6 months, are going to lose here. So, how do we fix this, Josh? What are the root causes of churn so that I can make sure that this never happens to me? So, number one, we're going to talk about misset expectations. I'm just going to do a little cause, effect, consequence, and how to fix it really quick. Clients expect way too much in the first 30 days. A lot of you guys will have an incredible offer, a really irresistible offer, and the reason it's irresistible is because it's unrealistic. People will say, I'm just making an example, 100 jobs in 60 days, right? What is the reality of that actually happening? Of course, someone is going to sign with you and pay you, your $2,000 when you promise something like that. But what is the reality that that's actually going to happen? Probably not that high, so they're expecting way too much in the first 30 days as opposed to what's actually realistic to happen in the first 30 days. You might not even get that many leads in the first 30 days if you're testing, right? So the effect of this is they feel let down when the results are slower. They feel like they lose trust in you. And already they feel disappointed. They start questioning if their purchase was the right choice, and they're wondering if this is even going to work for them. Consequence, they're going to cancel within the first 2 to 3 months. If you set unrealistic expectations, it's going to be really hard to dig yourself out of that hole. It's going to be really hard. So you either have to hit this, crazy goal level that you've set for yourself, or you're going to be stuck down here and they're going to leave you. So we need to frame the timelines realistically on the sales calls. We need to set milestones and not try to tell them that their business is going to quintuple in revenue in the next week, right? This is why it's difficult to have a good offer, is because a lot of people will make their offer unrealistic, and that's why it's so good, and then they run into the same problem of constantly acquiring clients and then losing them within 2 to 3 months, and they're stuck in this constant cycle, anywhere between like 20 to, I'll say, 50K a month, right? Sounds like good numbers, but it's just a headache, and it's almost not even worth the money because of how much of a headache it is, where you get a client, right? And then you instantly lose the client, so now you need to get another client, but you can't fulfill for them, so you lose them. And you never scale. These people, it's so hard to scale here because you're stuck in this constant loop. So when you put the right systems in place, you stop this and you start going like this, right? And this is what we want. This is going to push you to that 100 to, like 250K plus. It's kind of as much as you want to scale. There's some guys who do like 2 million plus, right? It's ridiculous. So when you overpromise, there becomes an expectation gap. And when you have an expectation gap, your clients are going to churn. Next is no quick wins. So a lot of people only do the back end setup in month one, and they don't really they don't explain what's going on to their clients. Clients need to see movement. They need to see wins. They need to see that what they just invested this hefty price tag of is actually working. If they don't see that and they don't understand, and you haven't set good expectations and they don't see any wins, they're going to assume nothing is working. That's what I'm getting at here. If the client sees no early movement because you only did the back end or you didn't give them any quick wins, they're going to assume nothing is working. What you need to do is deliver a small visible win. So either a creative revamp, a funnel cleanup. I think this is first campaign launched. I think I just didn't fit it right here. Just something that is going to show them, okay, things are moving, things are working. I know what's going on. I'm involved. This is good, right? I see the vision. So when you don't show any early results, there becomes a doubt in value and they're going to churn. All of these have the same outcome when you do these things. They always churn. So next, out of the four, number 3 is poor reporting. Overwhelming dashboards or vague updates. Basically, you guys may show them the wrong statistics or not explain what's actually going on. You might not break down what the long-term process is going to look like or what kind of wins are actually good. If your client only cares about, how many leads they're getting, and you're coming to him trying to explain the click-through rate is good, bro, he's not going to care, and they're really kind of just going to get overwhelmed and annoyed with you. You need to understand what your client's goals are so that you know what to present them with, right? And if you're going to tell them, hey, our click-through rate is good, explain why that's good for getting leads, right? Don't just say our click-through rate is, I don't even know, like 15%, right? It's amazing. But if you're not getting any leads, that's bad. But just be like, look, we just gotta, revamp the offer. People are clicking on it, they're interested, or maybe the lead form is bad, or just give them something, right? Report with something that they can understand. If the client does not understand the data, they're gonna assume the results are worse than they actually are. If the if they think the results are bad and they don't know what's going on, guys, can you guess what's gonna happen? They're going to lose trust in you and they're going to leave. They're going to leave. What we need to do is show clear, simple metrics that connect to business outcomes, right? So, whatever actually relates to that person and how these metrics are, like I just explained, how the click through rate can turn into more leads, right? Or tell them about the frequency and how, people need to see something a few times before they actually click on it or buy it. So having this good frequency means that it's getting in front of people enough times, right? Just say something that, you know, this is the metrics and this is their business. You need to bridge this gap in their head that the metrics are actually helping their business. Last but not least, before I show you guys my exact kind of funnel and what I do to keep these guys, what do you call it? Reduce my churn rate, I'll just say, keep them on board, is no ongoing vision. So the client feels like you're just running their ads. This is the worst box to be put in because you're not seen as an expert or an operator, but instead you're seen as an employee who doesn't really know what he's doing and just has to take orders, right? And you never want to be seen here because then they're going to say, wow, I'm paying this guy $2,000. That sounds like a lot. I don't really like that. Versus up here, he goes, wow, he's only charging me $2,000, right? So when you're seen as a vendor and not a partner, they're going to leave you for someone who offers more strategy. That's a huge thing. You need to have rapport and you need to have strategy for your clients and you need to explain to them what's going on. So we need to present quarterly roadmaps, scaling plans, and long-term visions, especially this long-term vision. If you can map them out, a 3 to 6 month plan, they're going to assume and they're going to think when they're planning things for their business that they need you for the next 6 months in order to hit these goals, X, Y, Z goals, right? That's what we want. We want them to feel like they are attached to us and that we are a part of their business and that they cannot operate without us. We don't want them to feel like they can just replace us with somebody else. So when there's no growth roadmap, we get labeled as a vendor or, a contractor or an employee. And what that's going to do, again, churn. Churn, churn, churn. So here's the retention framework that I use, and this is exactly how you can plug and play it into your own agency so that you never have to worry about losing clients again. Number one, the expectation setting system. On every sales call, I tell the clients that month one is going to be mainly about testing and optimization, and month 2 and 3 are where we're actually going to be able to scale. This way, when my clients have clear expectations, they know what to expect in month one, and they're not going to be worried or annoyed when they don't see results because that's what I told them. I told them month one would be slow. So, setting clear expectations, I set milestones and not promises. They know exactly what to expect from the day that they get onboarded. When there's clear expectations, there's less pressure and longer retention for your clients. This is going to be day 0. This happens on your sales call. Next, between the first month, we need to do our quick wins. So here's my quick wins playbook. In the first week, I focus on small, visible changes like better creatives, fixing funnels, ad account cleanup. I'll put that there twice. But by week 2 or 3, I'm aiming to show them the first measurable results. So in week 1, they're understanding, hey, we're getting started, good things are happening, we're on track, right? We're on track. And then by week 2, I aim to show them the first results. So whether this is a lead, ROAS, booked appointments, things like that, this is going to show them momentum. And I'll tell you right now, momentum is better than perfection in this case. We need to get this here to continue to build our trust and prove to our client that we know what we're doing. They would rather see a 3x ROAS the first week than you not saying anything because you don't want to show it to them until it's a 10. Because they just want to see that something's working, right? They know that a 3x isn't going to stay there forever. Maybe you'll be able to get it to a 5 by month 3, but we're not on month 3, we're on month 1. Hopefully by the end of month one, the client already sees the momentum, even if we're still testing. And this is the key part. I need you guys to remember this, drill it into your brain. Never let 30 days go by without something tangible to show. If you go 30 days without showing your client one piece of improvement or momentum or goal that you reached or thing that you did, they are going to leave. Just do this. Do not let 30 days go by without showing them something. Next, this is going to be every Friday, especially when you're starting to you first get the client. You need to do it every week. Eventually you can slim it down, but every Friday I'm going to send them either a Loom video or an SMS update with the wins in our next steps. So I keep a Slack. I don't really use WhatsApp, but I put that there for you guys. I keep a Slack line open for quick touch points during the week. I'm always able to talk to them, send them, make sure they understand what's going on. And this is so important when you're still building that trust. After you've been working with someone for 6 months, they already know that you're good. They know what you're doing. They don't really care to be that involved. It's just they're paying you to almost take it off of their hands. But in the beginning, a lot of these people might be their first time running ads. They might not know how the systems work. They might want to be involved. And we want to make sure we're offering that for them. Every 2 weeks, I'm going to hop on a call and go deeper into our strategy and our process. Again, guys, this sounds like, oh, I have to do this for 2 weeks. Bro, this can be a 15 to 30 minute call, right? It doesn't have to be long. And you're doing this every 2 weeks. So over the course of the first 3 months, you maybe do it 6 times. Boo hoo, what's 15 times 6? It's like a little over an hour of your time. An hour of your time to make sure this client stays and pays you for the next year. Suck it up, bro. This way the client is going to hear from me consistently and is never going to wonder what's going on. This is most important during your first few weeks with the client. Make sure you're sending weekly updates. They want to be involved. They want to know what's happening. And they're going to trust you so much more knowing that you're on top of things and keeping them looped in and involved. Finally, our quarterly reset calls. At the start of each quarter, I'm going to run a full strategy reset call where I'm kind of going to show them where we are, what we worked on, what worked, what's next, whether that's funnels, scaling angles, creative testing, competitors, etc. Basically, just loop them back in and remind them that I am good. Basically, I want to remind them that I am good. I'm on your team. I'm here for the long term. I know what's going on. I'm paying attention, and that you can trust me. So it positions me as their growth partner, not just their ads guy. And this is going to give them that 3 to 6 month vision that I talked about earlier instead of thinking month to month. They're going to think I need him to be a part of my business. Otherwise, I'm not going to hit my milestones. And look, he actually cares so much. He has a strategy. He has this roadmap. I trust him. He can do what he wants. And then if things ever slow down, right, you have this to fall back on because you've already proven that, hey, look, it's okay because I know what to do to fix this and I know how to bring us back to our goal. Give them these calls. So this is going to build rapport with the client. Building rapport with the client will make them see you as an expert instead of employee. You want to be talking to them. You want to show them that you care about their business. You want to show them that you like them, basically. They want you to be seen as at least a peer. If they don't see you as a peer in their business and they see you as an employee in their business, bad things are going to happen. Ideally, right, we want them to see us as an expert that's helping their business, right? They're coming to us for advice and they're coming to us for ideas. But, it's hard to always maintain that. So at least maintain this equal level where they don't feel like you're an employee and they don't like you. So this is just going to be every 90-ish days. Won't take you too long, and it's just so crucial for keeping them. And I actually want to show you guys an example from a client that I have still currently, where we had been running ads for about 2 to 3 months. And we had started to hit a little bit of a roadblock. We weren't getting too great of results, and they told me, hey Josh, can we pause the ads for this month so that we can think about if we want to continue? And I said, sure. I said, listen, I understand, let's circle back at the end of the month and come up with a strategy so that we can push you forward for the next few months. And they said, okay, we just want to see what's going to go organically, how it's going to go, what kind of sales we can make, and blah, blah, blah. This is what it looked like. This is the beginning of the month. I think we only ran the ads for like 5 days. So the rest of it was no campaigns. I only had a 1.84x ROAS. People weren't really buying too much. It wasn't looking great. They were basically breaking even. And of course, why would you want to pay me, like 2 grand plus 10% to just break even and then come out of pocket for this 2 grand? It just doesn't make sense. Of course, it doesn't make sense. That's why they wanted to pause, right? This was what their Shopify looked like. They did a little under 30,000 in sales, which isn't bad, for a company. But this is where it was. What I did is I came back at the end of the month with a full strategy for their next drop, explain to them how the ads would work, why the ads would work, what they need to do to make the ads work, the creatives that I would need, how to fix the website, how to frame the pricing. I came back with a full strategy. And what they did is say, okay, well, what do we have to lose by trying this? What do we have to lose by trying this? And when I did that, was this what I signed up for? Maybe not. I signed up to just run their ads, of course. But when I offer them something like this is where the value comes in. Value. You want to see what happened? This was the ads just in the last few days of the month. We spent 1,700 and made back 17,000 at a little over a 10x ROAS. I'll tell you right now, my strategy worked. You know how hyped I was? You know how hyped I was? But these were the sales for those last just few days of the month. I made them a little over 30,000. So they actually made more than they did for the entire rest of the month without me versus just the few days with me. And they ended the month at a little over like 60K, which was huge, right? It's amazing. And being able to show them this strategy and come to them and make it work, right? I actually planned and I know what I'm doing when I work with these clients. It's not like I'm just clicking buttons, like I actually understand the psychology behind it and how to make them work. But when I come to them with this, they think in the future, okay, we need this guy for all of our drops. And they haven't left me since. This was back in May. It's now September. So I don't know how many more months that is, but I could have lost them in May, and now they've stayed with me till September, and obviously for longer. But mapping this out for them was a huge win on our part. It worked really well. They got good results, and this is now the framework that I use to never lose my clients again. I mean, obviously you're going to have some kind of churn rate. People, maybe their mom dies and they don't want to run their business anymore, right? Like that's not your fault. But there's no reason that we should be losing clients because of misset expectations, no quick wins, poor reporting, or no ongoing vision. And we need to get rid of this phase and life cycle curve that we kind of have here. So hopefully this fixes some of your issues and you're able to take some key takeaways or like points away to implement into your agency. What I need you guys to do is check out the Instagram link below. And if you have any questions, send them to me, and make sure to send me a follow and subscribe to the YouTube because I drop videos like this often. I have other videos on client acquisition if you want to watch those, or again, you can just send me a DM on Instagram and I'll help you out personally. But other than that, I appreciate you guys. I tried to keep this one a little bit shorter than some of the other ones. Talked a little bit fast. I hope you could keep up. But yeah, it's been great. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all soon.